The accounts copy is a special type of backup file that allows two people to work in essentially the same file at the same time. I will explain how this works in a moment, but let's first go to the function by clicking on the File drop-down menu and selecting Accountant's Copy. You will see four choices: Open and Convert Transfer File, View Export Changes for File, Client Activities, Convert Accountant's Copy to Company Files/QBW. Of the four options, the one that will typically relate to you is the third choice, Client Activities. The other options relate to a person who is receiving an account's copy in terms of how they want to open it or convert it. When you highlight the Client Activities choice, you have the following options: Save File, Send to Accountant, Import Accountant's Changes from Web, Import Accountant's Changes from File, or Remove Restrictions. The first choice allows you to simply save the file to your hard drive or external drive by clicking Save File. Then you need to select either creating an accountant's copy, which is going to be our choice in this video. The other choice, portable or backup copy, is covered in a separate video. So let's move forward with the accountant's copy choice by clicking the Next button. This window allows you to select a dividing date. The significance of the dividing date is that it provides you with the ability to determine what period of time the person who gets the accountant's copy can make changes to the file and what period of time the sender can make changes in. So for example, if you pick a dividing date of December 31st, 2014 by selecting the dividing date drop-down menu and selecting Custom instead of the other predefined period choices, then you can type in the desired date or just click on the calendar icon and click through to the date desired. The diagram above explains how the dividing date works in terms of who can work on what. If you picture the dividing date as a dotted line, then any changes on or before the dividing date the accountant can make, but cannot make any changes after the dividing date. Conversely, the sender of the file can make changes after the dividing date, but not before. Once you are done selecting your dividing date, select Next. A browser window comes up and you select the folder name you want to save your accountant's copy file in. Note you can also rename the accountant's copy file to whatever you want within the naming convention allowable. Once you have your file name and location selected, click on Save and you are done. Now you will have to get the accountant's copy file to your accountant so they can work on it. The other way you can create an accountant's copy under Client Activities is to send to accountant the file you create. The difference between this way and the Save File option is that the Send to Accountant choice allows you to email the file via having it uploaded to Intuit's server, and then through a link provided in an email, your accountant can retrieve it. Here's how it works. Select Send to Accountant as shown here, and then select Next. Then choose your dividing date, as we've already explained. Then select Next. Now you need to put in the email address to the person you are sending the file to, and then re-enter the email address. If your name and email address does not appear below, then put it in. Once done, select Next. Now put in a password and then re-enter it. This password will allow the person receiving the email the ability to download the accountant's copy file you are creating, so you need to get this password to them. The last section allows you to put in any note you desire. They don't recommend putting in the password here for security purposes, but that choice is up to you. Once done, click on the Send button and an email will be sent to the email address you put in the prior screen, and the recipient will now have a link to download your QuickBooks file so they can begin working on it. Once an accountant's copy has been created, then your file will be in an accountant's pending change mode, which you can see at the top of your screen. In this mode, you will not be able to make changes to QuickBooks until you get a change file back from the person you send the accountant's copy to. There is an exception to making changes while you are in an accountant's changes pending status, and that is you do have the ability to remove the restrictions by selecting Remove Restrictions under Client Activities as shown here. When you select Remove Restrictions, a warning window comes up, and to complete this step you must select Yes, I want to remove the accountant's copy restrictions, and then you can select OK. Once done, your file is back to normal, but keep in mind if the person you sent the accountant's copy to did make any changes, you would not be able to upload them into your file since you removed the ability to do so by removing the restriction. Any changes will now have to be entered in manually. Therefore, before you use the Remove Restrictions feature, call the person who has your accountant's copy, and if they have made any changes you sent them, then have them upload those changes to you, and you can now put those changes in, and then you can resend the accountant's copy if more changes have to be made by the person you are sending it to. The process of uploading the changes to the accountant's copy involves the accountant or person making changes to send you back a change file they create based on their changes, and then under the client activity path, retrieving this file through the import accountant's changes from the web, if the file was sent to a web location to be downloaded from, or import an accountant's changes from file if a file was sent to you to be imported. Once the change file is uploaded, all the changes will be incorporated in your file, and your file will no longer have any restrictions on it. When using properly the accountant's copy, it's a powerful tool allowing both client and accountant to effectively work in the same file without interfering with the other.